What is going on, guys? DBG here, and in this video we are going to be doing another tier list in NBA 2K20 MyTEAM, and this is going to be the last tier list, well, position tier list of the month. We still have got to go through the best overall cards, a tier list of best budget cards, and also a tier list of probably Galaxy Opals, Pink Diamonds, and Diamonds. We're going to probably do that starting at the middle of the month, starting around the 15th. Give a couple of days breaks from tier list, and then we'll go into probably those 5, and then yeah, that will be it until the month of May. But anyway, we are going to be going over all of these new cards, and we're going to be doing tier lists on them. So, well, all these cards, sorry, not new cards, and we're going to be doing tier lists. So anyway, if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. We're trying to hit 160,000 subscribers as soon as possible. The original goal was the 1st of May, but right now we are not even 3,000 off. So we honestly, at this rate, we could hit that in the next probably week or so, maybe, the way we're growing. So that'd be absolutely insane. But anyway, now let's get on to it. And also, if you guys do want to watch me play live, I'll be streaming live on Twitch later today a tournament game for the EU Diamond Cup. But anyway, that's too long of an intro. Now let's get on to the tier list. So we're going to start off with Boban Marjanovic. So Boban can hit the 3, but his release is terrible. What I mean by that is he will consistently hit the 3-point shot if you have his release down, but his release is very, very slow. There is a set point, so once you get it down, like, you will be able to green with him sometimes. From the corners, it's not normally too bad if he's wide open. However, I would definitely not shoot off the dribble. I would shoot off the catch in the corner, and that's about it. However, he is 7'3" with max wingspan, so he out rebounds the he out rebounds the tackle falls of the world. He out rebounds the ball balls of the world just because of how long his arms are, and for that reason, I'm going to put him up here into A tier. Then we got arguably the best offensive center in the game. We got Thon Maker. So Thon Maker is a point center. He has an elite ball handle. He can speed boost. He's got limitless range. He's got a really, really nice release. Pretty sure him and Tackle Fall have the exact same release, but no, Thon Maker is insane in this game. Offensively. When he came out, he was more than usable because there wasn't that many great offensive centers. So really, the only players that could abuse Thon Maker were the likes of Dwight Howard, trying to think, Chris Webber to an extent could have. Kareem obviously could abuse him. But other than that, though, Thon was seen as the best kind of alternative to the really expensive centers. However, as time's gone on, there's so many quick first step centers, so many guys can abuse Thon. And funnily enough, Thon can't guard Thon. So two Thon Makers match up against each other. Especially with me, if I match up against another Thon using Thon, I literally just play ISO ball and just run a Thon. So for that reason, because of the fact he's not a good defense guard, in terms of like shot blocking and stuff and getting in lanes, he's fine. But he can't guard anybody. You can abuse him and play ISO ball, and I'm putting him B tier. Then we got Anthony Davis, who limitless range, a really nice release, really good. Like, if you're a pick and pop player, he's still really good. Definitely a serviceable card, definitely usable. I don't think he's as good as a lot of people would say he is. Like, a lot of really good players use him high, so I'm not going to put him any lower than this tier. I'm not going to put him any lower than A. However, the thing is with Anthony Davis, that he is another one of those kind of like high degree difficulty cards, because he's not going to be out there cheesing in the post. He's not going to be out there snagging rebounds over 7-7 guys. He is that little bit undersized. However, if you are a purely offensive player and you just run pick and pops and that's all you need him for, he's very, very good for that, as well as the fact that he can switch off screens and he can help up on screens. He's not really a liability in pick and roll. So then we got Bill Russell, who I think is literally just... Bill Russell is Anthony Davis without range extender. Bill Russell at the time was fantastic. When he first came out, man, he was... you could definitely make an argument he was the best center in the game. Most people did think he was the best center in the game, because he was in the New Year's resolution packs, where basically the unrealistic set, where you got them up to... you evoed the cards and you get unrealistic. So Bill Russell was out there with like a 93-point shot. So I'm iffy on what tier to put him in. I'm really iffy. I'm going to put him B tier right now, because he's basically Anthony Davis without range. I think he's just too undersized to deal with the Giants. Yeah, he's got good qualities, but there are much, much better cards right now in the game than Bill Russell that do the exact same thing. Okay, so now we got Yao Ming. Yao Ming, I am going to put Yao, just because of his height and how glitchy he is, I'm going to put Yao in A tier. However, he cannot play defense. Like, he cannot play defense at all. Whereas Boban got like 69 lateral quickness, I think, and got goal clamps. You can get bumpy with people. If you can bump a player with Boban, he's knocking him out of the way with his strength and stuff. However, Yao Ming cannot guard anybody. In the post, he is a glitch. Really nice fadeaway. A really tough player to come up against. I hate using Yao. I genuinely hate using him. But there is no doubt about it that if a skilled player, well, not really even a skilled player, if someone knows how to use Yao, they will score a lot on you. Especially if you're using an undersized center. Yao basically rendered a ton of cards almost worthless. But the thing is that Yao does have some liabilities, or some like negatives. He is a liability on defense, he's a liability in pick and rolls, so I don't quite think Yao Ming is good enough to be S tier, but man, he's definitely going up there in A tier. As much as I don't like using him, people just don't like using him. He only fits certain playstyles. He is a very much a card where you could never have played 2K in your life, and you could use Yao Ming and drop 15 on anybody. So that's why he's in there. Then we got Chris Bosh. So Chris Bosh is basically Anthony Davis without clamps. So I'm going to put him down in B tier. Again, he can't really guard anybody. He's like Thon Maker without the dribbling. He could be lower, but I'm putting him there. Then we got Costas Antetokounmpo. He has been eaten alive anytime I've used him at center. He's not terrible at power forward. He's like a diamond he's like Amethyst Giannis with quick draw. Like, that's basically what the card is. He's got some nice animations. He's just kind of weak. His release is pretty decent. Overall, he's just meh. That's the only thing I can say, is he's just meh. Like, he's alright. Not awful. I wouldn't use him. I definitely wouldn't use him. Even at the center position as a point center, there's just better point centers in the game. Even though he is an alright defender, there's just something about him. I just don't like the card. He doesn't quite have the animations of Thon Maker either. So then we have got Marcus Camby. So Camby is another one of those just solid players. Like, I'm putting him bank smack in the middle right here in B tier. He's a good defender. He can shoot when he's wide open. He can, like, that's basically it. He can play in the post a little bit. He is just solid. I don't think there's another word to describe Marcus Camby other than solid. I wouldn't call him a great card. I would not call him a bad card. And I don't think anyone would call him a bad card. He is just overall solid. Release is okay. Can't shoot from Limitless, but if you're playing 5 out and he's chilling in the corner, he's fine. So yeah, that is pretty much it. Then we have got Marvin Bagley III. So Marvin Bagley, I'm going to put him in A tier. And a lot of people definitely don't think that Marvin Bagley would be this high. I personally think that he is arguably the best card in A tier right now. Because Bagley can do a little bit of everything. Like, Bagley's got Hall of Fame quick first step. So if you put a non-clamps player like Bosch or Thon on him, he will abuse them. He's also got okay strength. He's got really nice speed. He's a really good rebounder. He's got like Hall of Fame intimidator as well. So he's actually a decent post defender. He's got gold clamp, so he can guard people on the perimeter. Decent lateral quickness. So he can do everything. He can honestly do everything. Like, I originally called him a poor man's Kareem. Like, he does kind of the same things, but obviously Kareem is just Thanos. But he's like a poor man's Dina Raja. That's probably the best comparison. He's a really good card though. Really good. Big Z, Chris Bosh, but he's 7'3". That's literally a Big Z. Ilgauskas is literally a taller Chris Bosh. Taller and slower Chris Bosh. Is he better than Chris Bosh? Yes, because he's taller. And you can use him to abuse some matchups, but that's kind of it, to be honest. And we've got Bam Adebayo. Bam is going in here, and he's basically Anthony Davis. Bam is basically Anthony Davis. I know he can speed boost. I know he's got 86 ball control. However, like, Bam Adebayo straight up can't move. Like, he is sluggish. You are not going to be handling the ball with Bam Adebayo. Like, you're going to be using Bagley as a point center before you're using Bam Adebayo. Like, you're going to be using Bosch as a point center before Bam. Bam is not a point center. He is an Anthony Davis pick and pop center, and that's the only way you can use him. Play some defense, 6'10" as well. These two cards, I think, are basically even. And we got Hakeem Olajuwon. I'm going to put Hakeem here in B tier, because he is basically the exact same as Marcus Camby. They both give you the exact same thing. Trust me, Marcus Camby and Hakeem Olajuwon give you the exact same thing in my team. Decent in the post, an okay shooter, and okay or pretty good defender. Then we got Tim Duncan. And I'm sorry to say this, Tim Duncan's in D tier. I'm sorry, he's a liability. He's blow by bait with no clamps. He also can't shoot. And yeah, I get it, he's east in the post, but like, you better believe I'm 5 out and running by Tim Duncan every single possession. Means my center's all of Hall of Fame quick first step. He was actually pretty good when he first came out in the game. It's just once the Hall of Fame quick first step centers came out, his usefulness just went down to almost zero. And then we've got Harry Giles right here. Like, this is going to be a bit of a controversial one. Oh, do I do it? Do I do it? Do I put Harry Giles in A tier or in S tier? Because he's better than Bam and Anthony Davis. He's got Hall of Fame limitless range. He's got Hall of Fame quick draw, and he's also got Hall of Fame quick first step. So, do I do it? I'm doing it. He's better than AD and Bam. So, I'm putting Harry Giles up in here in S tier. Even though you could definitely argue he's more of a power forward in the center, he's still fantastic. Then we got Manute Bol, same tier as Boban. So Manute Bol is a giant. We know that, like, it's obvious, it's Manute Bol. The thing with Manute Bol is that even though he is a giant, he can shoot a little bit, not a great shooter, can block shots, but he's weak. He is kind of weak, a bit glitchy, but yeah, I just think he's all right. He's a bit too slow. Boban has a little bit of speed, which is why I have him over, but I'm going to put Manute Bol in A tier. Then we have got Greg Oden. Greg Oden's going in the same tier. So Greg Oden gives you a lot of what... Greg Oden's like a better version of like Hakeem and Marcus Camby. He plays that kind of role, but he's just better. So we got Mark Eaton now. I'm putting Mark Eaton here in A tier as well. So Mark Eaton is a giant, but he can't really shoot the 3-ball. And that's kind of what separates him from the giants that I'm going to put in S tier. Not being able to shoot the 3-ball is a bit of a problem. However, he can shoot the mid-range shot, and he's 7'4" and really long. A horrible card to come up against, but a really, really decent card in my team. And we've got Taco. Taco's going S tier. There is no question about that. Taco Fall is one of the best releases in the game. I'm telling you, 5 out and play Taco in the corner, and he's hitting that every time. If someone plays his own, just plays Taco in the corner, and he's hitting it every time. Death by 1,000 post hooks is real with Taco Fall. Like, he is absolutely fantastic in this game. And we got Alonzo Mourning, who I'm going to put down here in C tier. I just don't think this is a good card. Straight up. He's slow. He feels sluggish. He can't shoot. Yeah, I know he's good rating, but his jumper is broken. Yeah, I do not rate Alonzo Mourning high at all. So then Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. So that's Kareem. Basically Thanos. Basically Thanos. So Kareem is going to go up here into S tier. There is no one doubting how great Kareem is. So Kareem has got the Skyhook, which gets a ton of separation all the time. He also is super quick, got Hall of Fame quick, or go quick for a step, and he can burn people. You can use him a little bit as a point center. He's also a fantastic defender, even off the switch, and guard 1 through 5, and especially in a meta where you can now use Giannis, the 1-5 pick and roll switch is a really good option if Kareem is at your 5. Arguably the best center, one of the best, if not the best center in the game, and a card that I really like. Then we got D-Rob. So this is a controversial one. I am putting David Robinson in B tier. I'm putting him in B tier. Yeah, you can definitely argue David Robinson above him in A tier. But I prefer using Bam than David Robinson. I prefer using AD. I prefer using Marvin Bagley to David Robinson. And then David Robinson gets eaten alive in the post by Manute Bol and Boban. Like, I would prefer using all these guys to David Robinson. David Robinson's a decent shooter, but he's got steady, which is a problem. He's got good speed. He's got no clamps. That is another problem. Whereas the guys in the tier above that don't have clamps, they all are giants. So they're better rim protectors. So D-Rob, like, it all depends on your playstyle. If you're someone like Ty, where you rely a lot on baits and rotations, D-Rob is actually really good because he's fast. However, a normal player doesn't rotate like that. And if you're an average player using David Robinson, you will have more success, I think, with all the guys above him. Trust me. If you are someone that relies on baits and rotations, David Robinson might be a top 5 or 6 center in the game. However, if you're not, then actually, for me anyway, I'm going to have him there. I'm going to put him up in A tier just because there are some people that really like this card and some people that can be really successful with him. I just don't really rate the card high. Ewing, B tier. Broken release. Absolutely broken release. Yeah, he's a good defender, a good rebounder, but like, he can't do anything else. He actually can't do anything else. He's kind of fast. His animations are a bit weird. Gets a lot of space on the fadeaway, and the fadeaway is the worst shot in the game. Can't really do much at all. Like, can't shoot, not the greatest inside, not that tall. And yeah, you could definitely argue maybe him. Actually, Bagley can shoot the ball better. Bagley's better than him. Like, the guys above, like, the only player above that he shoots better than is Eaton and Boban. But Eaton's 4 inches bigger and Boban's 3 inches bigger, might as well be 6 inches bigger because of his arm length. Like, Boban may as well be 7'6", and Mark Eaton is a giant. So they're the only players that don't shoot as well as Patrick Ewing. And Ewing's post hook isn't even great. It's just he relies heavily on that post fadeaway, which is a kind of low percentage shot. So that's why he's down a B tier. Then we have got Bol in what is a very, very obvious place to put them. Bol is going in S tier. Man, I really, really liked Bol. I think his handle's fantastic. He's a great shot blocker. I do prefer running him at the 4. He's a decent enough defender. However, at the 5, he is still really good. Is he as broken at the 5 as he is the 4? Definitely not. But at the 4, especially if you pair him with someone like Kareem or Taco at the 5, man, he is just a demi. He is unbelievable. One of the best cards in my team. One of the best cards we've had in my team in years. And then we have got Karl-Anthony Towns. So Karl-Anthony Towns is going to go S or S. So I don't like Cat's release. I'm going to say that right now. I do not like Cat's release. But there are some people that do like it. He's got Hall of Fame quick first step, good speed, and good handle. However, he is sluggish. So he's a bit like Bam, that he's slow. So you won't really be point cheesing with him, but he's a really, really good defender. He also can shoot the ball well, can shoot from deep, can score around the basket, can hit the hook, can hit the fade. If needed, he can blow by certain centers if they're out here without clamps. He's just slow. Like, there was a video, one of my videos, he was running right beside Thon Maker, and Thon had the ball, and Cat didn't. I think Thon had 77 speed and 77 speed ball, and Cat has like 90 speed or somewhere close to that, and somewhere like 90 acceleration. But yeah, like Thon Maker pulled away from Cat with the ball, so that was a little bit frustrating. But yeah, so a little bit slower than stats would suggest. Definitely the weakest. I honestly think Harry Giles is better for my playstyle anyway, but he is a fairly good card and definitely belongs in S tier. I'm putting Moses Malone down here in C tier because Moses, honestly, he's not great. He's like a much worse Bill Russell. Doesn't bring too much. Not an absolutely terrible card, but doesn't bring too much. We got Sabonis. Sabonis is A tier basically because he's a giant. He's 7'3". He's 7'3". He can shoot the ball. He can pass. He's got no clamps, but he can shoot from limitless and is a pretty decent big man. Also a good fadeaway. If 2K19 Sabonis was broken just because of how good the fadeaway was, over this year, not unbelievable. Funnily enough, at this time last year, at the very start of April, Sabonis was like 400k. Sabonis was literally like 400k in the game last year, his diamond card. And now we have his opal, if it was in the market, would be at 160k. Like, that is how much this has changed from year to year. So then we got Wilt Chamberlain. So Wilt, S tier. Wilt is like a slight downgrade on Kareem, in certain ways, and also an upgrade in certain ways. Does not shoot the ball quite like Kareem. However, he's got handles, he's got Hall of Fame quick first step, he can speed boost, he's a borderline demi. And speaking of demi, we've got Dino Raja. So Dino Raja, max wingspan. So he's like Boban with his extendo arms. Literally, like, there are videos I've been sent of him blocking shots where his arms are so long that his arm reaches above the top of the backboard. Like, it is freakish what Dino Raja can do. Like, he gets every board because of how long his arms are. He triggers these weird animations because of how long his arms are. He catches every lob because of how long his arms are. Like, not only that, like, even if he couldn't play point center, he'd still be just glitchy. He reminds me of Mo Bamba from NBA 2K19 combined with Bol, or combined with like Thon Maker, someone like that. Like, he can handle the ball. He can speed boost. He got elite handle. He can shoot while he doesn't have the highest rating or can't pull from limitless. He got Kevin McHale's release, which is money. He can shoot. He's got an unbelievable hop step. He can play inside. He can play outside. Like, he can do everything. You can make a legitimate argument that Dino Raja is the best center in NBA 2K20 MyTEAM, which is kind of crazy. Then we got Dwight. Dwight is like a... Dwight's good. Dwight's going A tier. So, there are definitely some negatives to Dwight. Dwight can shoot the ball quite well. He's got Hall of Fame quick first step. There's a lot of things well. There's a lot of things not well. Actually, he doesn't do anything not well. He doesn't really shoot that well, but his release is really good. He's just small. That's the only reason he's not an S tier. Dwight Howard can guard anyone, can switch off any screen, can shoot quite well, especially from the corners because of how good his release is. So overall, yeah, Dwight's a pretty good card. Then we got Chris Webber. Webber is basically Dwight Howard, except he doesn't have clamps. Not having clamps puts him out of contention for A tier. I honestly would take Thon Maker over Webber, to be honest. I think Webber doesn't have clamps anyway. If he does, either way, he's a little bit too undersized and can't really shoot. There's just something about Webber. I would take all these cards over him, but Webber is still pretty good. Then we got Shaq. Shaq, just due to lack of shooting, is in B tier. That is the only reason. Because Shaq is a really good defender, gets boards. And when you look at the non-shooters above him, I still would take a Mark Eaton over Shaq or a Boban over Shaq. And then Manute Bol is just glitchy, so that's why he's there. You would definitely make an argument for Shaq to be a higher tier, but I don't want to put everyone in A tier, to be completely honest. But yeah, I'm going to put Shaq in that tier. Speaking of A tier, the last player in A tier is Ralph Sampson. And honestly, if Ralph Sampson had a longer wingspan, he'd probably be an S tier. So basically, Ralph Sampson should be a faster Mark Eaton with a better jump shot and can shoot threes. That's literally what he should be. However, his wingspan is really small. He's got tiny arms, so instead of being 7'4", he might as well be like 7'1", 7'2". Whereas for someone like Boban, his arms are so long, he might as well be 7'6". So that is like wingspan is the only problem with Ralph Sampson. A really good card, really nice in the post, really decent shooter, but just his arms are not long enough to be S tier. So anyway, yeah, that is the tier list video. We're getting more and more good cards. It's harder to find players in low tiers. Could probably move some of these down tiers, but like imagine if I started changing up all the tiers and I put, I don't know, Hakeem in D tier. Imagine the way the comments would react at that. Or if I threw Moses Malone, if someone grinded for him into D tier. Like, yeah, I think just for my own safety, keep them all in the higher tiers. But anyway, yeah, that is the last tier list. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.